Hello friends, in this video let's talk about what are all new features of SQL Server 2022 in developer aspect. So in the previous video I talked about how to do the installation of SQL Server 2022. So now let's talk about what are all the new features apart from the previous versions. So let me quickly list down the list of new features in terms of developer aspect. Slowly, I'll talk about in a practical manner how to use it and all. The first one is series functions. I'm segregating these new features in several categories. So to become a bit easier. So series functions. Okay. So the first one is in the series function, the first one is generate series. So a couple of new features generate couple of new features are self-explanatory. So when you say generate series, it helps you to generate a series. It accepts a starting point and ending point and what was the cap you want to put it. So let us say I want to generate a numbers between 1 to 100. Okay, put it as starting point 1, ending point 100, and what was the gap between these numbers? You want to put it as 1. If you keep it as a 1 means, so it generates 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up to 100. If you put it as 2, then first number is output is 1, next one is 3, alternate number you will get is starting from 1 and it reaches until 100 actually. So we'll see in a SQL Server Management Studio as well. That is the first function. The next one is the first value. So the first value. So maybe similarly, of course, last value. Okay. So in these two cases, say if you remember, like so we generate a row number for a particular partition or particular ascending order or descending order. So that time. So maybe in the next query, we used to put a query saying that where row number equal to 1, something like that. So that time you, without keeping that value, so you can use first value. So, but the syntax almost the same. Okay. So you need to use a over keyword. So over, and you need to put the order by or partition by column, that piece of code as well. So the first value is nothing but the first value of the particular combination. You get it in the first value function. So by using last value, whatever the combination you are specifying, if you use that, you get the last value of the particular combination. So that's about the first and last values. So the next one is date bucket. Okay. So date bucket, or also sometimes we can also call it as a DateTrunc. So DateTrunc. So both these two functions talks about the date related. Okay. So it accepts the date part. So based on the date part, it displays the values to you, and it removes the other value. Let us say you are keeping a date part as year. So then you have a date, okay, complete date along with our time as well. So if you pass date part as year, then you will get that particular year, and remaining all are pointing to 0101, and all hours will be belongs to 00, something like that. Hours and minutes will be 00. So that these are all the kind of series functions, okay, in SQL Server 2022. The next function I'm going to talk about TSQL functions, transaction SQL functions. Okay, what are all the TSQL functions is? The greatest value, okay, the greatest function. Okay, so let us say it accepts a couple of values as an input, and it gives you the greatest value from that particular array. Even let us say even it accepts inputs as integers or strings. Let us say if I pass input as 23, 45 and 78 comma 12, then the greatest value in this combination is for 78. So similarly, if I pass the string values, let us say, okay, so like this, if I pass So you know, of course, like it strings need to pass in this one, in training to SQL, okay, comma something like that, okay. So ABC, comma DEF, something like that. If I pass, the greatest value in this combination is training to SQL, okay. So it accepts both integers as well as strings, and it gives you the greatest value in the input. Similarly, least value as well, same, okay, but opposite to the greatest. Okay, so based on the input, it identifies the least value in the particular values, and it gives you that. Even it takes integers as well as strings also in the input. The next one is, it's a bit old one only, but bit advanced, like they enhanced something in this function, string split. So this is available since 2016, okay. So that time, okay, so let us say if you pass let us say so I'm watching training to SQL so training to SQL videos, okay. So let us say now I'm putting like this comma, so I'll put like this, okay. So if I put the value like this in the string split off, okay, so then it is a table value function, hope you know that. So I'll get the result as like this. So I in the first row I, okay, I am, okay, something like that I'll get it, okay. Here watching, something like that I'll get it, okay. If I use this is the output, I'll get it in 2016. But if I use the same function in 2022, so there is an ordinal will be coming here, okay, here. So I need to say some ordinal position, okay, ordinal something, either 0 or 1. If I say this one ordinal, I'll get a row number of record number to each and every record. It's a unique number, I'll get it. Let us say like this 1 comma something output will be there. So 2 comma something like that. So 3 comma something like that. Okay, maybe if you see the output will come in a tabular formatted in the SQL window. Yeah, like that. Okay, if you by default, like see, it is up to you to specify this ordinal. Okay, it is a not a mandatory parameter in SQL Server 2022. But this option we do not have in SQL Server 2016 or 17 or 19. This added in the 2022 only. So these are all the SQL functions. The next one is I'm going to put it as a select window. This is one of the important feature. Okay, select window. It saves the time and it increases the readability of the code. Okay, when you are dealing with the complex SQL procedures. Okay, when you're dealing with complex select queries, so where we do use order by, okay, so like something like that, over or something partition by, order by, something like that, if you remember it. Okay, so partition by some so to say department, order by what is a designation or something like that, if you put like this designation. Okay, so that time like you will be putting this condition for each and every column. So these things you can reuse it. Let's assign this particular piece of column code to the window function, and then you can reuse it actually. Okay, that is one of the important thing I see in SQL Server 22. Okay, and also it saves the time as well as it increases the readability also. So this is the select window function. So the next one is statistics auto drop option. Okay, so create statistics drop option. Okay, so create statistics auto drop option. So then like this is also one of the important in terms of statistics one. The next one is resumable. We will talk about individually in a SQL server separately. Resumable, add table constraints. So the next one is, so even this is also while adding a table constraints we will be seeing that feature. The next one is not distinct from, is not is an optional now here in this distinct from. Okay, so it also similar to the where the column equal to condition. So but we'll be getting a new feature in SQL Server with this function actually. So these are all the list of new things in SQL Server 2022. So we will talk about practically about each and every feature in the coming videos. That's it. Thank you for watching.